What's up, YouTube? Capital G here. Got some shocking duels for you guys to check out. This is going to feature meta decks facing off against table 500 to see ultimately what is the better competitive deck. If that wasn't obvious enough. That's such a troll question, right? Asking, is a table 500 deck better for competitive Yu-Gi-Oh than a meta deck? But these results might be a little shocking to you guys. Anyways, we got Thunder Dragons down here at the bottom. Looks like an incredibly solid hand, if I don't say so myself. Has a Lure Darkness, has a way of triggering the Dragon Dark, has Phantom Sky Blaster, Chaos Dragon Levineer, or he has a Call by the Grave to stop hand traps. Looks like a good hand. And then this is at the top a strange little XYZ deck where the point of this deck is actually to summon number 5, the Doom Chimera Dragon. And I didn't really know that much about the card, to be honest, but it can just absolutely wreck your opponent under the right circumstances. And, you know, these might be those circumstances. So we'll see what happens here. He might open with a Lord, which, yeah, that seems like the just basic play. Get yourself a free plus. He didn't banish Dragon Dark. He banished the Roar, which, I mean, it's whatever. It's a plus anyways. Goes for Just Skull Dread. That's going to get him a search, and he actually added Thunder Dragon Fusion as well. He's going to end on a pretty good board, and you can see he's going to take a card from his opponent's hand as well. And this will be, I think, not the only Colossus appearing on field. I think he's going to go for 3 of them things in this turn. So you can't really complain if you're the Thunder Dragon player. You pretty much got everything you wanted. Gets the Zombie Sign, Thunder Dragon Fusion for the Colossus number 3. Yeah, Colossus number 3. And then theoretically, in his next turn, he should actually get himself a free search, like a free +1, because his Thunder Dragon Fusion, you simply banish it and then you just go +1 for no reason. So I think this was a really good turn, especially because he hit a card out of his opponent's hand. So we'll see exactly how the XYZ deck is going to fight back. Opens up with Instant Fusion. This was the perfect card because what the Invoked Raijin can do is it can basically force out the copy of Zombie Stein. I mean, it basically is going to say, I'm going to put your face down, Zombie Stein. You can negate me, but if you do, then you use your only negate for this turn. And if you don't, I'm just going to put your face down and you won't be able to. So he's going to negate it. I would have just like let him put it face down because at least, well, no, I guess it really didn't matter. Anyways, you can see that he is summoning a lot of monsters here, and he's going to go for the red-haired Hasty Horse. This card is, it's a nice little troll card. It gets better when Dark Neostorm comes out because then we get some Link monsters that can really use it, and he's going to take all of his monsters and he's going to make that number 5 Doom Chimera Dragon. Now this thing gains 1,000 attack for each material, and he did actually use 4 monsters, so it's 4,000 attack. But the cool thing is, not only does it gain 300 attack, it can attack every single monster your opponent controls, 1 each. Also, he got the draw card from the Star Drawing, which is my name on Dueling Book, by the way. Ironically enough, he's going to attack all his monsters. Now this is the part where the lockdown happens. Obviously, the Thunder Dragon Colossus can, you know, they can protect themselves, but it doesn't matter. Look what he's actually going to do. At the end of the battle phase, he's going to put his opponent's Thunder Dragon Fusion on top of his deck. This essentially is like a really, really bad version, or kind of like a scuffed version of like the Yada Lock. I mean, yes, his opponent can activate it, but can he really summon a monster that's bigger than 4,300? So his opponent's going to activate the Thunder Dragon Fusion, simply summons a Thunder Dragon Titan in defense mode, which not even sure if that was worth it, because guess what? Now he can just go battle phase. He can do the same exact thing over. The Titan cannot protect itself, and in the end phase, or at the end of the battle phase, guess what he put right back on top of his opponent's deck? Oh, would you know, it's Thunder Dragon Fusion. I think this guy realizes, oh shit, he's actually locking me, Cap. This guy's gonna keep putting Thunder Dragon Fusion on top of my deck. So at this point, he's like, okay, I think it's better not to activate it so that I can at least get a fresh new card. But the thing is, this guy can make any monster in your opponent's graveyard good at the top of their deck. So you can just give them like a dead card, maybe that they can't use. You can give them like a hand trap that's not gonna be useful, because he really can't out this number 5. He gives him a copy of Snake that was in his graveyard. Snake simply summons itself and he just scoops it up. He's like, all right, man, I'm basically locked. He just would have kept on giving him like the Danger Snake or some other bad monster in his graveyard, and this guy would have never got to any new cards. So yeah, so far, Table 500 decks looking like they might be a little better than meta decks, Kappa. Second duel is going to be Sky Striker against Chaos Max. This is actually, if you can believe this is a little bit of a hard counter, because Chaos Max is like, it can't be targeted and it can't be destroyed by card effects. So how exactly does Sky Striker kill it, other than going for like Borosword Dragon, which requires you to have like 4 monsters on field? It's really just difficult for them, Sky Strikers as a deck, to out things like Leo Dancer and Chaos Max. So he opens pretty good. He has Mobilize Engage, he has Hornet Drones, Solemn Strike, which I think probably could have been used on the Manju. He's gonna have multiple opportunities to Solemn Strike, and he's just like, nah, I would have used it on something. The Incantation, the Manju. I mean, even it can be the freaking alternative dragon, which actually that's a monster effect. But he had multiple opportunities to actually activate that. Now he's taking massive battle damage here. Does not actually go for the Hornet Drones, I guess, because maybe if Chaos Max attacks into it, he automatically loses. So maybe that's why he didn't use it there. Zero defense, by the way. I guess he could summon it in attack mode, but who wants to take 4K to the face? He has a copy of Area Zero. He's going to go ahead and get his Ray from his deck by popping his Area Zero with a multi-roll. He gets Mobilize Engage, and I think he's probably going to start drawing cards here soon enough. Or no, apparently he does not. He's going to go Afterburner. He's going to pop a card, and he is going to go for Hayate. He's going to attack over the Manju and get a copy of Widow Anchor in the graveyard. The problem is he simply cannot kill this Chaos Max. He only has 3 spells in the grave, so he is nowhere close to attacking over this thing in battle, and he can't Widow Anchor it. He can't use the Afterburner on it. How exactly do Sky Strikers, as I said, how do they kill this card? They just actually can't, or at least they have a very hard time getting rid of it. So even with him having Ray in the graveyard, it doesn't matter. He simply attacks into Shizuku, and he's like, look, I don't care if it would be possible for you to summon a Ray from your grave. I'm just going to get the battle damage and simply kill you. And even if he did, like, even if it wasn't a game here, I think this guy would have struggled with all of these cards, because I don't think that any of them actually facilitate him getting over the Chaos Max. Like, he would have needed to go Shark Cannon, revive one of his opponent's monsters, then also like Hornet Drones. That would have given him 2 monsters. I guess he could have Widow Anchored maybe the Incantation for 3 monsters, and he would have needed like 1 more monster on top of that to get to like a Borlow play or something like that. But that just assumes that his opponent doesn't have any disruption. And even though he has 4 cards in hand, or with him having 4 cards in hand, you can't just assume that he doesn't have like a hand trap to potentially stop any of those plays. So anyways, looks like the table 500 decks actually beat out the meta decks, if you can believe that. If you guys enjoyed these short duels, give the video a thumbs up. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe if you have not already, and turn on that notification bell for daily videos.